Hey everyone, welcome. Today I want to talk about ADA. As an ADA holder, I am kind of getting frustrated. I'm seeing all these other coins, all these other projects, start peaking. They're making crazy gains. Maybe not crazy, but they're making some gains, more gains than ADA. And at some point, I'm like, when is ADA going up? It doesn't help that you hear some of these influencers, crapping on Cardano, calling it Cardonzo, and you're seeing all these other things, and they're saying it's a stable coin, jokes about that. And at some point, you're thinking, man, should I move my ADA into some other project? And that's what I'm facing. That's what I'm dealing with right now. And that's why I wanted to make this video, just to be real honest. You have other social media people, influencers, boosting and talking about ADA. And if you look behind the curtain, you see that they have a staking pool. So they have some motivation to boost the ADA. Then you have others who are maybe, paid by VCs or whatever, and their monetary gain is to boost their other coins. So then you have investors like you and me stuck in the middle. Yeah, you've had ADA for a long time. It's not moving. Should you sell it, or should you, just hold on because you truly believe in the project? And that's where I'm currently at. And so that's why I wanted to make this video today, just to, go over my thoughts and, should I still hold on to ADA? Or should I move it on to something that's faster? You hear these people talk about faster horses and all of that. Should I move it into Solana? Hey, Toncoin is moving right now. Should I move it into Toncoin? So that's what I'm gonna go through right now in this video. And guys, if you feel the same, and if you like the video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe to the channel. So let's take a look at the markets right now, see what we got. Overall, Bitcoin is still, we hit 70 briefly. Now it's back down to 68,000. ETH with the news of the spot ETF, it hit 38, almost hit 4,000 at one point, but now we're back down a little bit, trading sideways. But I think soon as we get the stock tickers for the spot ETFs, I think ETH will start to rise. And I think other alts will also rise as well. Now, the star of the show is ADA. ADA is currently at 45 cents, up about, let me see here. I can't even see that, but 3%, 3.2%. So that's positive, right? So let's take a look at these altcoins. Over the last 90 days, let's see where everything was. And if you look at ADA, for the past 90 days, negative 37.1. And this is where I'm stuck. And I see others like, Render up 6.2, Baka meme, Phantom up 14.5, Caspa up 16.2, Solana up 26.5. You see these things, Toncoin up 138.5. Then I'm left here thinking like, man, should I had dumped the ADA and move it into one of these coins? And obviously behind Ton, what's going on right now, they have an app basically that's probably going viral right now. And that's what's driving, the activity on Toncoin. Memes are memes, what's going on with that. Solana, I'm a big fan of Solana, so we need to talk about that. Near is doing good, up 24.8, considered kind of like in the AI space. But that's what's going on. So I see this, I'm like, wow, I'm missing out on all these gains. But I'll save my thought till the end of the video. So now we have daily active addresses. And if we look at the past 5 years and we want to focus on ADA, ADA will be this navy blue here. You see that peak ADA daily active addresses were around 86,000, 86.5. That was around April 22, 2021, right? And if we look at today, so we're talking about 86 or 85,000 daily active users. And that was peak bull around that time, give or take. And if we look at today, ADA currently is at what? 33,000 daily active users. So now there's more competition, right? You have the likes of Sui, you have the likes of Solana, you have others, Avalanche, that are taking up some of the addresses and all the activity. I get it. But that's not the trend you want to see, right? You want to see something going up, daily active users going up. Granted, we'll still give or take, still in the beginning of the bull, having just happened, still some time. Peak bull generally is a year after the halving. So things can change, and if we want to compare, if we look at the halving here, right? After the halving, ADA was pretty low. Look at that. ADA was 9,000, right? 9,000, 9,000, and then it peaked up higher. So you can say that the behavior is kind of similar, right? Real low and then come peak bull, it goes up higher. So my thought is when I'm looking at this, yes, that sucks and it doesn't look good. But this is crypto, and crypto is a bit different. And if we look at the pattern here, we see that ADA is doing the same thing it did the last bull cycle. And Bitcoin currently sits at, 68, 69,000. If Bitcoin were to hit a six-figure number, and then this 2 trillion crypto market cap hits 4, 5, 6 trillion, what would that do to the price of ADA? And that got me thinking that it's not time to sleep on ADA yet. Granted, people are nitpicking on ADA. Yes, there's faster horses and everything like that. ADA is scientific, methodical. They want to make sure they do everything right. It's decentralized. It's not like the other VC-backed projects. So it's not as attractive. It's not shiny. It's not fast. But for people who truly believe in the project and see where it's going, seeing the daily active users, which is just one metric that we're looking at, doesn't make this thing a loser. Not at all. Not at all. So I want to look at that. And then let's look at ADA needs a fiat backed stable coin. And they recently had the USDM. They don't have USDC, Tether and the like. But this all part of DeFi and being decentralized. They have their own stable coin. When ADA hit the $3 all-time high last bull cycle, it didn't have this. It has it now. There's a lot of things going on in ADA, and granted, there's things that you can pick at and say it's boring, it's not as good as other chains, but there's some good things to talk about. Now, let's look at DeFi. According to DeFi Llama, you see the top dog is going to be ETH, next is Solana, but ADA's down in the 20s, right? Ranked number 27 under near, and total value locks is 257 million. So that's that number. And let's see what's driving it. Granted, there could be some opportunities there to be a little bit better. But MinSwap is the top DEX with a TVL of 68.3 million. So there's some things to, we gotta, some opportunities there, right? DJet stablecoin has about 14 million, and then you have Sunday Swap. Sunday Swaps come up. Sunday Swap was one last bull cycle. I know there was some free airdrops, and it seemed to be a dud. There are some issues as far as the way it worked, and just the layout was kind of slow. They've been working on it, and as you can see, the TVL is growing. Again, we haven't hit peak FOMO yet, peak bull that has not happened yet. So what's going to happen to TVL on Cardano once all these things start popping? Again, last bull cycle, we didn't have these things. MinSwap wasn't really fully functional. DJed, Sunday Swap, and all these other DeFi projects. So things to take a look at. And the most driving thing that, I'm really, it strengthens my conviction with ADA is looking at the total ADA staked. I can't speak tonight. But if you look at this, it's over 22 billion of ADA is staked. 22 billion. 22 billion. That's the amount of money of people securing a network. They really have conviction in ADA, and they are not leaving. And not to mention they're making ADA, making crazy gains while these prices are low. And they're just, when time comes, it's the bull, it's time to release, they'll be truly, truly rewarded. But 22 billion staked, that doesn't sound like a project that is, fleeing. Yes, it got out of the top 10 because of Toncoin, but don't sleep on ADA. People still believe in the project. Now, if you look at the ecosystem from last bull cycle until now, just growing. The number of wallets, the number of dexes we just looked at, they focus on education. A lot of these projects, you don't see too much about education. Charles is a big proponent about that, especially underdeveloped countries. Look at AI, that's the new narrative now. Singularity NET is a big one. Cardano GPT, they're in that project, in that market as well. Infrastructure plays, lending, borrowing as far as DeFi goes, launchpad projects, marketplace, stable coins. They have DJ we just talked about. Cody is another one. ADA Pay. And they're also into social. They have metaverse plays, cornucopias. They have a game coming out right now, still in development. So they're in gaming. Pavia is the metaverse play that I know about. Gaming. There's some, if you go on the internet, you'll see tons of games being right now developed, and they look pretty good. Snek is the meme right now. Memes are all the rage, and Snek is one that I think is going to do very well come this bull cycle. So Cardano, don't sleep on it. There's a lot going on. While people are talking and making jokes, everyone's just behind. They got head down. They're just focusing and developing. And right now, as you can see, the ecosystem's growing. The ecosystem's growing. And at the end of this year, next year, peak bull, I think things are going to go crazy. Not to mention that this is an election cycle. Election cycle, we know that money printer starts to go brr, and all the risk assets start to go up. And smart money, if people are laughing about Cardano saying it's nothing, look at what smart money's doing. This is week ending last week, May 31st. And as far as the weekly inflows, institutional money, some would consider smart money into these crypto projects. And you see ADA had 300,000 into the project. 300,000. And what I want you to focus on is for the monthly is 1.3 million, but year to date, 9 million into ADA. 9 million. You compare that to XRP has 15 million. Compare that Ethereum, 11 million, and ADA's right there at 9 million. So smart money is taking a look at ADA as well. Now, Charles recently texted or basically put this on Twitter/X. For those discussing scaling, there is enough money in the treasury to pursue an aggressive Laos, Hydra, and ZK program if the community wants to go in this direction. I'd advocate to continue the parallel approach given that we have the infrastructure and talent to do it. Talent to do it. Cardano ranks in the top 3 or 4 as far as developers on working on projects, working on these dApps. So they have some things going. And I saw some of these comments here. And I'm going to read 2. Commented on Charles's tweet here. It says, I agree. What's the point in scaling until dApps have scaled as much as they can? Scaling is relative to the dApps being able to also scale and be as performant as possible. Currently, many are not, but are improving quick. Same for the block size arguments. So people always talk about scaling and you want to be fast and everything like that. But I agree with Dave here that some of the dApps on Cardano are kind of slow. And I don't want to just say it's just Cardano. Other dApps as well. They don't move like when you go onto a regular, app on your phone. You hit buttons and you move, and it moves very quickly. Some of them are very sluggish. So I agree with this here. But the best comment I see is from Tech Advisor. And he says, to all those who still don't get it, Charles's goal was to build a secure, decentralized, scalable blockchain that will sustain itself for many decades to come. And he did it. You don't need him to pamper you all the time. This is why decentralization and the entire Cardano community is blah, blah, blah. And basically, that is a strong, strong comment. I truly agree with it. He said it's the future of blockchain using ADA from the Cardano treasury to grow and scale. That's what decentralization is all about. Something goes down, you can't just shut it down, hit the reboot button, and everything comes back up again. That's what I like about Cardano. Now, CoinBureau.com listed top Cardano projects for 2024, and I wanted to share them with you. The first one is MinSwap. We talked about that DEX. The next one is Meld. Meld is for the banking and finance sector. It's for crypto fiat lending and yield, and it's Cardano's comprehensive DeFi banking suite. Then you have EMP Empower, which is for real estate and finance. Possibly could be a RWI play. Then you have Revu, which is subscription management. Then you have Indigo, Indy, which is synthetic assets protocol. Synthetic assets mirroring real world values. So another RWA play. Then you have Cornucopias, which we talk about, which is metaverse and gaming. And then you have DJET, which is the stable coin. All these things signal very, very big things for Cardano in the future. Yes, it's not fast, but if you have the time, and Cardano, what I think is Cardano's for people who actually do the research. If you look into Charles, you look into IOHK, and you look into what the vision is for this project, and you understand staking, and you understand all of that, you understand side chains and Hydra and what they have coming, you would not be bearish on this project. You let everyone talk crap, let the project stay low and the price stay low for a little bit so you continue to stack. And then when things turn around, people will be like, oh, wow, you were the smart one. I should have probably got into Cardano and not listened to most of these influencers out there. So that's positive. Next, some of the other news that I see here, Ada Whale, he's a good follow on Twitter. If you don't follow him, take a look. He's just discussing some of the projects and some of the things coming forward on Cardano. He said basically we have Mint Swap Dex V2 is coming, so it's an upgrade that brings auto routing. So basically, you get the best price across multiple pools, advanced order types, 10x and throughput, amongst others. That's positive. You have DocuFi 3D, which is partnered with Swisscom AG. So it's a great partnership with the biggest telecommunication company and IT companies in Switzerland. Then you have Blazer Labs. Basically, does a great summary of some of the things that are slowly rolling out, including their own Hydra-enabled micropayment system. Then you have workcourses, and I'm not going to go through all of these. The moral of this story is that there are things coming on Cardano, and you should be very excited. And again, give Ada Whale a follow. Take a look at this thread here that he posted, and some very, very exciting news. Maybe do some research. We might find some hidden gems in there as well. And this tweet was from May 28th, 2024. Lastly, according to Into the Block, you see that the sentiment here for ADA is mostly bullish. Mostly bullish. But if you hear the narrative and some of the VC paid media and crypto space, you would think the total opposite. So I'm very bearish on Cardano, and I hope you are too. And if not, just dig a little deeper. Ignore all the FUD, make your own decision, do your own research, and tell me what you think. Cardano, I think, will make millionaires come next bull cycle. We're in the bull cycle now, but I'm talking about peak bull, parabolic bull, sometime after the election. So we'll say winter 2024 into spring 2025. I think Cardano will melt faces. I'm very excited about it and hope you are too. So guys, if you like this video, please hit that like button. And if there's some Cardano projects you want me to take a look at, please let me know. I'll be happy to do a video, let you know my thoughts. So until next time, I want to say thank you for your time and later.